Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Infinity Warps Ghost Panther, issue number 202. Let's get talking about who made this comic book first. Writer Jed MacKay, artist Jeff De Paulo. Color art Jim Campbell. Letters VC's Joe Sabino. Cover artists Giuseppe Camuncoli, Robert Poggi, and Edgar Delgado. All right. I didn't like this comic book. This Infinity Warp story doesn't exist. At least you can't convince me that it actually convincingly works in this current Soul Gem world. It just doesn't make sense. There were invaders from Mars. Like, how is that? What were the invaders from Mars supposed to be? This was supposed to be Killraven, right? Because they had Eric Killmonger, but he was obviously combined with Killraven. If you're not familiar with the character, look him up. Unfortunately, I never made a 10 things about Killraven. Oh, I do have the Marvel graphic novel over here. I actually just got my hands on it about a month ago. I still have it out of Killraven, which is awesome. I'd show it to you, but it's actually under a stack of books. Anyway, Killraven's a pretty cool character. He's obviously not that great because most people haven't even freaking heard of him, but not the point, is it? Obviously, he's just combined with Killraven because the name. This didn't feel like a Killraven book in any way, shape, or form. There were Martians. That was it. You know what I'm saying? So there were invaders from Mars, aliens from Mars. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? His mom died, was killed by spitting on the thing, and then he had kind of like a Conan upbringing. Who cares? All right, this wasn't Killmonger, who was really smart, because he wasn't raised to be smart. He was raised to be a gladiator of sorts. Okay, why not just combine him with World War Hulk if that's going to be the freaking case? Combine it with Hercules if you want. Who cares? But this was just boring. This whole comic book from beginning to end was boring. It's not even just the idea that it didn't fit in. It's not just the idea that none of the things in here actually made any sense. Like T'Challa, he went and got the Ghost Rider ability. And then he combined with his father. By combining, it means he rode his father into combat because his father was the Panther. And that's how he was finally able to win. But as just the Ghost Rider alone, he wasn't powerful enough to stop Killmonger. Killraven, I should say. Eric. Let's call him Eric. He wasn't powerful enough. He wasn't strong enough. He all this bit, like from the previous issue and this issue, it was all about the devil there trying to convince T'Challa that you need to be combined with me in order to be powerful. He's like, no, the price is too great. The price is too great. Can't do it. The price is too great. And in the end, even when he finally said, okay, fine, I'll do it, he couldn't do anything. Like Eric Killmonger was, just Eric. He was like, I'm going to do this to you. And he's like, missed. I'm going to do this to you. Missed. He was like, well, then prepare for one of these. Missed. Oh, by the way, boink. Like he Three Stooged him. I mean, this wasn't even fun. But more than that, it's the idea that none of the things in the backstory of this comic book could have possibly fit in with the rest of the Infinity Warps stories. So it was complete. So it was like a what if comic book, a what if Infinity Warps. That's what this pretty much was. There was 0 point in this comic book, issue number 1 or 2 being made. None of the characters were believable. None of the characters were fun. None of the characters make any kind of sense. The story didn't make any kind of sense. The plot didn't make any kind of sense. It's completely out of continuity with everything. There was absolutely, once again, 0 point in the creation of this comic book, except Ghost Rider and Black Panther, oh, this is going to be awesome. And sucker, we all got tricked into that one, didn't we? Anyway, guys, sorry to be so rough on this comic book, but I paid for it. I can be critical. And I'm not sitting here trying to, call up Jed MacKay and say, hey, man, look at this because I want to yell at you. No. And again, this isn't me yelling at Jed MacKay and saying you suck, because I don't think he sucks at all. I think that he was given a task and he said, okay, it's a paycheck. And this is what he did. And it was the best he could think of. And I don't know the background. I don't know how long he had to think up this idea. I don't know. But I do know he was very limited in only 2 stories. And he just tried to do the best he could. And unfortunately, it just didn't work. And that's just the way it happens, man. That's the way it happens. I thought I was going to start drawing again. And I drew 2 pages and didn't even finish the second one. And they kind of sucked, you know what I'm saying? And like, I went to art school, for crying out loud, 20 some odd years ago. You'd figure I would at least be halfway decent. Nope, I sucked. It just happens. Sometimes just comes out, you just, you know, I don't want to say fail, but, you know, just a nice way of saying fail. Sometimes you just drop the ball. And in this particular case, this ball was dropped. The Ghostwriter character, the Ghost Panther character, was simply not believable. It was not fun. It was not interesting. It was not, you know, it was barely even readable. There were parts I was just like, let me just skip over all this stuff and just get to something impressive, because we're not there yet. And unfortunately, the impressive part never came. Anyway, video's long enough. All right, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.